That man over there is laughing. Is he laughing? Yes, he's laughing. That man over there? Yes, the laughing one. You think we've been discovered? Yes, I do. It's like a Gilbert and Sullivan. I know. We're killing time and drawing focus. And then they just decide, I think we should kill him anyway. Right? And that whole time, Caesar's been back here schooling. And he comes on stage and has 2 lines. Comes on stage, he's got 2 lines, and they pop the blood and away he goes. Othello, Shakespeare's solving problems. There's a bed. There's a bed in the inner below. Everyone dies on the bed, because then you can close the curtain, and they're all hidden away. You don't have the end of the play like, take Iago away. Also this dead person. And that dead person. And that other dead person. But don't drag them. Then you sort of have this tragic end of the play, and then you run out of actors. Right? They're all lying there dead. You don't have enough backstage actors to be like... And so you just have Othello's head go... as you drag him off stage. Shakespeare's smart. He puts them all behind the curtain. Right? So the governor at the end of the play can just be like, shh, well, Cyprus is mine. Party tonight, anyone? So these are the things you have to look for in the plays. These little clues. And Shakespeare has this ambivalent relationship to violence. It's the last thing I want to say to you. He's got this complex relationship. He's living in a time when there's a population that has access to arms but doesn't know how to use them. Right? The first 3 acts of Romeo and Juliet are all about, well, when do we get to kill people? Right? Touchstone the Clown makes fun of this. The lie circumstantial, the retort churlish. You have to go through all these steps to be allowed to kill someone. Love Slavers Lost. Other characters make fun of this. The idea that, oh, he's got a longer blade, but I've got this blade, but he said this about my sister. When can you kill someone? There's this ambiguity and confusion. In a play like Macbeth, or Richard III, you've got characters that only know violence. Macbeth only knows how to kill people. And he knows how to kill people with things like this. This is a bill book. So when you hear clubs, bills, partisan, this is the bill. It's got a nice recurved blade here. It's got a lovely blade here. It's got an axe blade here. This is a farming tool. It's essentially a machete and a sickle in one. It's still used today. It's been used for the last 4,000 years as a tool. This is the kind of weapon you would have seen on the stage. Because this is the kind of weapon that Shakespeare's audience would have recognized. This is a heavier blade. But this is the world of Macbeth and Richard. It is this heavier thing, not the dainty thing. These are worlds apart. When an actor comes on stage with this, we think one thing about them. Poster. In different directions. When an actor comes on stage with this, we go... And this does different things to the body. Shakespeare knew about these things. He'd seen these things. He'd lived this life. So when you read the plays, no matter what they are, almost every play has got an act of violence in it somewhere. When you read these plays, when you see these characters describe the violence in their life, think for just a second, what is Shakespeare trying to say to us over 400 years? He's deeply ambiguous. And if I could offer one last editorial on the day, we are living in a time in a set of nations that have equal questions about violence. When should we? When can we? When is it morally right? Whether we're talking about guns, whether we're talking about drones, whether we're talking about pit bulls. We have conversations about access to violence. Who has the right and who gets to decide these things? I have no answers. I just have a large case full of pointy things. Now we know about you. I like you, you're on my team. But when you get to these plays, and it just says they fight, that's all the play gives you. When you get to these moments, think for just a second about what he's trying to tell us about violence, about the consequences, about the needs, the drives, the motivations, and the punishments of violence. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much.